hunting with Phil. We're down here in the woods in southern Ohio, southeastern Ohio. If you remember the last time we were together, we were out in the Missouri area, we were doing some turkey hunting. Today we're going to be talking about deer hunting. There's a lot of difference between hunting deer and hunting turkey. Because a turkey's a bird and a deer is a mammal. There's a big difference and you have to go about it different ways. Now what I want to talk about today, as you can see I got my bow with me, so I am ready. Bow season is in. But what we're going to talk about today is getting ready for gun season. That'll be coming up here in about another month. A true hunter prepares to hunt. And remember something that Bobby Knight said. Now, he said this about basketball, he didn't say this about hunting. But it applies the same, if you catch what I'm saying. Now watch what I'm saying here so you can remember this. The will to prepare to win is as important, or even more important, as the will to win. One more time, now watch me here. The will to prepare to win is as important as the will to win. That's what I'm saying. Now watch me. You gotta know where the deer are going. You gotta understand where they've been. You gotta get in their heads. You gotta think like a deer. You gotta sleep like a deer. You gotta eat like a deer. Now, we're standing here in this field, and I'm sure that you're looking and saying, I don't see nothing, but I see a lot, because I'm a trained expert. Now come on over here. I'm gonna show you something. Come on over here. You see this broken twig? That is a sign that there has been something here. And I can tell by the lower parts of the limb that there has been a deer here. Now there is more. There is more. I want you to come on down here. Now come on down here and look. You looking? I want you to zoom in on this right here. Zoom in. You zoomed in there? Now what that is, that's a deer turd. That's a deer turd, okay? You can tell a lot by deer turds. You can tell where they've been. You can tell where they're going. You can even tell what they're thinking. Now you can tell by looking at this turd, it's a big turd. This tells me it's a big deer. I'd say this is a buck, probably around 10 years old. I'd say he's at least 10 point. And you can see by looking at this turd, he's somewhat constipated. So I can tell you he's not in a good mood. He's in a bad mood. He's not feeling good. You can see that it's a one clump, which is unusual. It's unusual for deer turds to be clumped together in this way. But as you break her open, you can see inside of there. There's bugs inside of this one. That means it's been around for a while. So he ain't been through here in the last 2 or 3 days. You smell her, you can tell that he's been eating berries. Berries, that means he's been in the woods. Been in the woods. So you can tell a lot by that right there. So you need to look out for those signs. Now you can tell today it's raining. We like it to rain. Because when it rains, the ground gets soft. And when the ground's soft, you can find deer tracks. Now watch what I'm saying here. Listen to me. When the ground is soft, you can find deer tracks, and that'll tell you a lot. We're going to go for a walk. You follow me, and I'm going to go over and show you some other stuff that'll give you some clues. Now we walked about 2 or 3 miles, and I got some other clues I want to show you. I want you to look at this tree right here. You see this tree? How this tree's been disturbed? Now watch what I'm saying. This is not a natural phenomenon. A deer did this, big deer. I mean a big, big deer. A feisty deer. A deer that's on the prowl, a deer that's on the move. You can see up here, he's a big, tall deer. I'd say just by looking at this, and I can tell pretty close, I doubt if I miss this by more than 2 or 3 points. I'd say we're looking at maybe a 16 pointer. That's a big deer. I'd like to get that deer, wouldn't you? We're gonna get that deer before this video is over with, because you're gonna travel for the next month with me, and we're gonna show you how it's done. Now, remember when I said, now watch again, watch close, the will to prepare to get a deer is more important than the will to get a deer. You gotta be ready. Now come on over here, I'm gonna show you another little sign that was just right here. Remember when we were talking about a little bit ago about the deer feces, deer poop, for all you that don't understand, uneducated, deer feces. Now you look down here, zoom in there on that deer feces. You got that? Now you can tell by looking at that, that's a totally different type of deer feces than the other deer feces we were looking at. The other deer turds we were looking at was a clump, a constipated deer, a pissed off deer. As you can see, these deer feces are separate turds. They're light in weight, which means that this is a healthy deer. A healthy deer. It also means if you look at this one right here, you see this deer feces right here? You see how she's pointed at the end? That means that this deer was in no rush. It's a laid back type of deer because he squeezed that last one off. You can tell a lot by looking and smelling and touching. You can tell a lot by tasting. This deer's been around a lot of corn. Tastes kind of like caramel popcorn, to tell you the truth. This deer's been around corn. That means he's been running the cornfields. Now, if you look, that's not bad stuff. If you look, you can see the cornfields here. Now, watch what I'm saying now. This is important. That's good stuff, I'm telling you. This is where the deer is in these cornfields. That's where we're going to be hunting at. We're going to be hunting two places. You watch what I'm saying? We're going to be in the woods. We're going to be in a tree stand. And we're going to be looking. We're going to be looking for that pissed off deer, the constipated one. And we're going to be along the corn rows. And we're going to be looking for that big buck that's in a good mood. Either way, we're going to get us a buck. Look down here. Come on down here and look at this. Now, this is a deer track. It's a fairly fresh deer track. I'd say this has probably been here about 45 minutes to an hour. I'd say that this was probably a buck. Not a big buck, probably about an 8-point buck. But you can tell by the soil, the way the soil's compacted, about how much weight you're talking about. I'd say this one probably goes about 225 pounds. Come on over here and we'll show you something else. You see these marks down here in the ground here? It's called rutting. There's been a buck in here this morning, he's been rutting around. And what he'll do is, he'll come in here and rut, and he'll mark this ground. He may urinate right here. Yeah, he's urinated right here. And he'll mark this. He'll lick these branches up here. Come on up here and look at these branches here. He'll lick these branches. And he'll come back here again. So I'll tell you see this tree? Look at this tree. It's not a big tree, but that'd be a good tree to put a tree stand in. Especially if you got a young son that likes to hunt. So remember what I just showed you? I showed you the tracks. I showed you the rutting. Remember, he probably urinated here. And I also showed you the licking branch. And those are signs that there's deer been here and there's deer's gonna be here. Now, we've talked about how to get in a deer's head. We've talked about how to track a deer. We've been in the blinds. We've been along the corn rows, and we haven't had any luck. Today, we're gonna have some luck. We've been up here in this tree stand I'm getting ready to go up in for the last 6 mornings in a row. And we've seen the big one, the big buck that we want to get. And we're gonna get him today. Now, there's signs right around here that there are deer close by, and I'll show you one of them right here. You see this eating ear of corn? That wasn't shucked by no human being. That was shucked by a deer. A deer ate this here corn. There's deer all around this area, but they're hard to find. They're elusive. You gotta think like a deer, remember that. That is the main thing you gotta get in their head. Now what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go up there in this tree. Okay, we're gonna go up in this tree stand. Now look what I'm saying. Look at this tree. We're gonna go on up in there. We're gonna get up perched up in there, and we're gonna sit, and we're gonna be quiet, and we're gonna get us a deer. Now one of the things that you'll see I'm doing today that I haven't been doing, I'm wearing gloves. You may say, why is he wearing gloves when he hasn't been wearing gloves? I'm wearing gloves because it's colder today. Now I don't like to wear camouflage gloves a lot because it makes it hard for me to see my hands. But these are special gloves. When I got these gloves, I know, watch close, watch. You see that? That's so I can control the gun. Keep my hands warm and I can shoot. You ought to get you some of these gloves. You can pick these up at Kmart. They're about $14.95. Now we're getting ready to go up in this tree. Now when you get ready to go up in a tree like this and you're probably looking at it, you say, how's he gonna do that? It's not that hard, I'm telling you, but a lot of it is mental. You gotta get it in your head that you can get up in that tree. So you gotta attack a tree. So you turn to the tree. You turn to it, now watch me. You turn to the tree, and you say, tree, I'm a-coming up, tree, and you ain't stopping me. And with that, you go for the tree. You go for it. You just go right at it. You gotta have confidence with what you're doing. But you gotta be careful too. You don't want to fall out of a tree like this. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt a lot. Get up in the tree. Once you're up in the tree, where are you at now? Watch me. You get yourself to where you're comfortable. Are you comfortable now? Get your gun ready. Get your gloves peeled back. Now you gotta be quiet when you're up here in the tree, because if you make a lot of noise, you're gonna scare the deer away. So you gotta be quiet, you gotta talk quiet. You can't talk loud. You gotta have your gun ready, and you gotta get your eyes ready. And you gotta start looking. Come on up here. Come on up here. Hurry up. Get up here now. Now look down there next to that tree down there. You see that deer sticking his head out from around that tree? That's the deer we're gonna get. Now you just be patient and quiet. We put a bullet right through him, I'm telling you. He went down just like that. It was a clean shot. It was called what you call a heart shot. I got him right through the heart. He was dead before he even hit the ground, so he felt no pain. He felt no pain. He's clean, and the meat's gonna be good. It's gonna be good eating. Now we're gonna go on down out of this tree, and we're gonna check him out. Now this is what we've been working for, boys. All those long mornings, all those late nights thinking about those deer, dreaming about those deer. This is what it's all about, fellas. And I'm telling you, you can do it too. You take what I've told you in this tape. You digest it, absorb it, think about it, study it, and think about it some more, and watch me. Watch the way I do it. And if you watch me, and you do it like I do, it's what you're gonna get, boys. It's gonna look good hanging on the wall, isn't it? Huh? What do you say there, hero? So this is Phil coming from you, from Southern Ohio, where we've been doing some deer hunting. And the next time we get together, we're gonna do some fishing. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna fish for the big one. We're gonna go walleye fishing, we're gonna go trout fishing. You like to fish? Well, we're gonna do some fishing. So this is Phil Crocker coming to you from Southern Ohio. Looking forward to the next time we get together.